If you have not first listened to Uncovering Needs Part 1, I suggest that you complete that lesson before moving on to this lesson. In this lesson, we will discuss what happens with a prospect during the needs awareness part of the sales cycle. Even when you are sure you have discovered the client's needs, you must continue to probe for two basic reasons. One, to be sure you have the true need and not a symptom of the need. And two, to be sure the prospect understands that there really is a need. When a skilled salesperson, such as yourself, probes with the right questions, the person who may have been denying the problem is permitted to discover the problem. Since he discovered it, he will be far more open to discovering solutions, which is where you come in. In order for the prospect to be interested in your solutions, he must be upset with his current condition. He must feel out of balance. The natural law of homeostasis states that an organism stays in balance until and unless an outside force acts upon it. The force causes the status quo to be disruptive, and the organism becomes out of balance. The organism strives to regain balance or get back to status quo. The same is true for your prospects. Once out of balance, they will usually take action to correct their balance. Human beings don't make changes until they know they are out of balance. Now, I'm not saying you should literally knock your prospect off balance. Instead, you must discover where there is an imbalance and point it out in a convincing manner. In essence, this makes your prospect uncomfortable or unhappy with his condition or situation, which means you are now in position to make a sale because your prospect wants to solve his problem. What happens when a prospect becomes unbalanced? Well, there are three things that can happen when customers discover their area of imbalance. In the first place, the professional salesperson, you, who has helped point out the lack of balance, places the product or service in the hands of the prospect, makes the sale, and now has to worry about how to spend their commissions. In the second place, the prospect discovers their imbalance, and if the salesperson doesn't ask for the order, over a period of time, the prospect regains balance and forgets he was ever uncomfortable. This is disastrous because the prospect is not doing very well, and neither are you. In the third place, when the prospect discovers they are out of balance and the salesperson doesn't ask for the order, many times the competition comes in and asks for the order, writes the prospect, and makes a sale. Then everyone is happy, but you. It's important that you know how to identify the needs and how to get the prospect to also identify their needs. To apply this information today, make a list of common areas of imbalance that your product or service can solve. Then develop some pointed, specific questions you will ask for the prospect to begin to see their needs.